You know, out of most of you, only 17% will watch this video till the very end. You know why? Because in a few minutes, most of you will be gone, lured away by some notification from some other apps with some fresh content, some shiny content, a new dopamine hit. And yes, I don't blame you. Not only you, it happens to most of us. In fact, all of us. This massive change across the social media platforms is rewiring our brains on a huge scale. Some even call this as. So, just last year, Oxford declared Brainrot as their word of the year for 2024. But what exactly is this term called Brainrot? Okay, now, it doesn't literally mean that someone's brain is rotting. Rather, it is the noticeable deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, making your brain weak and slow, often occurring due to overconsumption of low quality or fast paced content. But here is where it gets concerning. What started as an internet slang is actually describing a real neurological phenomena that's affecting millions of people. The main worry about brain rot is that it's linked to real, measurable problems with the thinking skills needed for hard problem solving, planning, and long term memory. Using too much digital media is linked to bad results like poor concentration, memory troubles, and risk of mental decline happening too early. So, how do you know if brain rot is affecting you? The signs are more subtle than you think, and they are showing up in ways that go far beyond just understanding memes. So back in the 1960s, this Canadian philosopher Marshall McLuhan said something wild. The medium is the message. Basically, he meant that how we consume information matters more than what we actually consume. The platform itself shapes how we think and behave. And man, he was onto something. And this can't be more accurate in today's world, where the mediums like reels or shorts, that is the short burst of dopamine, are shaping our mental fortitude rather than the actual content. I mean, just think about it. You are consuming the shorts or reels from your feed, making your thinking capability more and more dull, which affects the important aspects of your life like planning, organizing, short term memory, and your problem solving capabilities. Okay, so let's take a scenario. You are watching reels, you watch the first reel, then second, then third, then fourth, and by the time you reach your fifth reel, you have already forgotten what you were watching in the first and the second reel, although these are just short videos. Just a fraction of a minute earlier, the video you are watching, you have already forgotten what you are watching. Studies on young adults addicted to these activities report classic brain rot signs such as poor focus and foggy feeling, because the brain is so overwhelmed by switching between tasks that it finds focusing on meaningful work hard. In school, this addiction to constant excitement makes learning much harder. Students who are less mindful, which often goes hand in hand with being addicted to short videos, often struggle to find true inner pleasure in learning. This lack of motivation makes it harder for them to gain knowledge, leading to lower engagement in school. Nowadays, there is one more common problem, and that is the Google effect. Now, what does that mean? It means if your brain feels that some fact is easily available on Google, then your brain doesn't feel like storing that information. And as a result, today rather than gaining knowledge, we are just developing and focusing more on our searching skills. This is also known as cognitive offloading. Right now, as you are watching this video, your brain is rewiring. The only difference is now you are aware of how it is rewired. Now, to understand why these symptoms are happening, we need to go back, way back, to understand how our brains have evolved over millions of years and why they are so vulnerable to modern digital content. Let's go around 300,000 years ago when Homo sapiens appeared on Earth for the very first time. That time they were just hunter gatherers. So their brain evolved in such a way that they only focused on two type of things: stuff that matter for survival and everything else. Under the stuff that mattered, food like berries, or to be aware of predators like lions or tigers. When they have things that they have to focus on, the brain releases chemicals like dopamine, which says, hey, this is important, pay attention to this. But fast forward to 2025, we still have that same brain architecture. But now, instead of that occasional predator that we stumble upon now and then, our brains are continuously being flooded with these same reward chemicals. Not for finding the food or avoiding danger, but for these. Every notification, every like, each one triggered the same ancient circuitry. Let me put this in perspective with a visual that will blow your mind. If we concise the 300,000 years timeline into a 1 year timeline, then on 21st January, Homo sapiens appeared or came to Earth, but farming started on 17th December, that is 14 days ago. The writing system started on 26th December, that is 5 days ago. The modern science came just 12 hours ago. The internet just around 1 hour ago, and the smartphone just about 30 minutes ago. Which means the internet is literally just invented, but the design, or I must say the neural pattern of our brain, is still old. Our brain cannot differ between survival signals and a funny cat video. Neuroscientists call our brain's adaptability neuroplasticity. In simpler terms, this rewiring took generations. But around 2007, when the smartphone revolution occurred, along with the rest of social media, this rewiring went into hyperdrive. For these 17 to 18 years, we have hard rewired our brain for craving the constant thrill, fragmenting our attention and hence making deep focus feel unnatural. In simpler words, we are facing what the scientists call a cognitive evolutionary mismatch. Now, tech companies didn't accidentally discover this vulnerability. They deliberately engineered their algorithms to exploit these exact evolutionary weaknesses. Social media algorithms are designed to maximize user engagement. This endless scrolling, rapid changing colors, infinite content, and the new auto scroll, everything makes sure that you remain glued to the screen. Even if you turn off the screen, that one notification is enough to make you watch it again. Moreover, the systems are not neutral. They systematically favor content that provokes strong emotional responses, no matter if it is true or socially valuable. Platforms like this are designed to favor very strong emotions, which mean content that make you angry, afraid, or outraged always gets more clicks, shares, and comments than the calm, factual information. This strong emotion feeds the dopamine reward cycle. As a result of this, constant algorithm manipulation isn't just wasted time, it literally rewires how our brain store and retrieve information. So here is what happening to your memory. Every time you scroll, your brain gets a quick dopamine hit. But here's the problem. When you are constantly getting these hits, your brain becomes numb to them. It's like drinking coffee every day. Eventually you need more just to feel normal. Dopamine is the brain chemical for motivation and reward, and getting it unpredictably strengthens the compulsive habit. Our brain are hardwired to chase novelty. Back in the day, that helped us to find food and avoid danger. But now, that same wiring makes us perfect target for infinite scrolling. The internet, especially feeds controlled by the algorithm like the For You page, offers a non-stop personalized stream of new content, satisfying the brain desire for constant excitement. For people with ADHD, this environment is extremely dangerous and addictive, giving continuous small rewards and emotional intensity that keeps them hooked. Experts have observed that chasing these quick digital hits become more important than worrying about time or bad results. When you are constantly getting these dopamine hits, it makes your brain habituated to it, making it numb to regular hits. It is more important to know that teenagers and young adults biologically are more vulnerable to fall for these reward cycles. Their brains are still growing, especially the front part, the prefrontal cortex, which handles planning and self control. This makes them more open to doom scrolling, that is, endless scrolling, and digital addiction. But here is the good part, and I mean actually good news. None of this is permanent. Once you understand how the system works, you can beat it. While the Brainrot works are carefully designed, the mental and psychological problems that comes with it are not permanent. Studies show that these changes can be reversed. Some of them are: first, track your usage. Use the digital well-being app on your phone or download a third-party app from the Play Store or App Store. You can't fix what you don't measure. Second, curate ruthlessly. Stop passively consuming. Actively choose what you want to watch. When you see a brain-rot content, flag it as not interested immediately. Train your algorithm for you, not against you. Third, slow down your consumption. Cut down on short videos entirely. And when you do watch longer content, watch it at normal speed. I know it feels slow at first. That's your brain being rewired. Fight the urge to speed it up. Let the brain relearn how to focus on one thing without needing constant stimulation. Fourth, replace the habit. This is the big one. You can't just remove scrolling. You need to fill that time with something else. Physical activities like sports or gym, creative stuff like singing, dancing, drawing, photography, videography, etc. I have got a list of hobbies you can try here. Fifth, practice boredom. I know it sounds weird, but take 30 minutes every day to just sit. No phones, no computer, nothing. Just you and your thoughts reflecting on your day. Your brain needs this downtime to process everything. And finally, if you are brave enough, go nuclear. Quit the most addictive platform. And if you are a content creator, fine. Download the app, post your content, then immediately uninstall it. Repeat when you need to post again. Look, I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but these platforms literally have billions of dollars, and I mean billions of dollars, and the smartest engineers in the world working to keep you hooked. But you have something they don't. That is awareness. You know the game now. You know the tricks. So now the question is, are you gonna keep letting them rewire your brain, or are you gonna take back control? And hey, if you have made it to the end of this video, you're already in that 17%. That's the start. And yes, if you have liked this video, you can click the like button and subscribe to my channel. And so yes, I am Pritam Roy, and this is from my side. Bye.